Hello, Green Light Today family. I hope everything is going well. Today I wanted to share with you a book I've been reading called Changing the Conversation, the 17 Principles of Conflict Resolution. And this is just really a great book. You know, all of us are in relationships, whether it's with our spouse, our children, our co-workers, our neighbors. And, you know, the times that we live in, there's so much fear and anxiety that I think that when people yell at us or don't talk to us correctly, you know, it's not about us. I think it's just the environment that we live in. Everyone is under so much pressure to live a life that they really want to be a part of. So it talked about how we, meaning you and I, when we're in conflict with someone else, how we can change the conversation. And I'm not going to go over all the principles. There's 17. Maybe I'll do it in another video. But I wanted to go over the top 5. This is what most people do when they're in conflict. So think about this if you're with a coworker or your spouse or anyone. This is the top 5 things we normally do or think, right? First of all, we hear attack. You just think, oh my God, this person just is coming at me. And we ignore all the other cues, right? We just go into attack mode. We're going to go into defense mode. And we do the same thing when we're talking to people. So it's just not people talking to us, but us talking to them. Have you ever talked to your husband and said, you know what, you don't listen to me? Or if you talk to a coworker, you know what, she's always trying to undermine everything I do, right? That's an attack, right? So either people are attacking us or we're attacking them. Okay, these are things we don't want to do. Number 2, create destructive patterns. So we attack the other person. A lot of times we don't even attack what they do. We attack them. You know what? You always try to do things the hard way. Or I asked you to do this, right? Okay, third thing, we provoke the other person's worst self. You know, and I hadn't thought about that. And it was so funny. I was reading this today, and situations came up. I was standing in line at the library for like ever, and there was only 2 people working. And I said, don't you guys have anybody you can call? You don't have any supervisors or anything? And they said, no, it's just us. And I said, well, I really find that hard to believe. And then when I got to thinking about it, I thought, you know what? They don't want to be there, just 2 people waiting on all these people in line either. So I had to change the focus and say, well, you know, I really appreciate you guys taking the time because you seem to be underworked, but I really appreciate it. And, you know, it just changed the dynamic of the conversation. Number 4, confuse needs, interests, and strategies. A lot of times when people come at us with conflict, they have needs and they just don't know how to articulate those needs. You are such a messy person. Okay, that's an attack, but it doesn't really tell you what you need. Maybe what help you need is, you know what, I work 45 hours a week and it would help me so much if you could help with the housework. Let's talk about ways that you can do that. I don't know why I'm picking on the domestic, but it could be any scenario. 5, ignore emotions or act them out destructively. That's really true. You know, when people are coming to us in conflict or when we're going to people in conflict, we need to pay attention to the emotions because what happens, we just tend to act out, right? We don't even think about what we're saying anymore. It's all about the anger. It's all about the fear. So these are things that would facilitate listening and speaking. So the opposite. These are things that we want to do. 1, listen for what is behind the words. The best way to do that is, am I hearing you? Is this what you're saying? I know we both want to work this out. How's the best way we can do this? Resist the urge to attack. Change the conversation from the inside. Like the example I gave at the library. That was an inside job. I had to choose my inside thought to come out in a more positive way. Talk to the person's best self. I know sometimes it's so hard when you really are emotional, but what's that person's best self? Think about what could rise to the occasion. Differentiate needs from interests and strategies. Someone may be in a conflict with you as a strategy just to get you mad. And if that's their strategy and you recognize it, especially if it's a pattern, then you can resist that. and acknowledge emotions. You know, you seem as if you're upset, right? And I know that these things take time, but I've, been using them, even with dealing with bank tellers or dealing with over the phone, and just dealing with different people that I work with. And after a while, you get into a pattern, and they really do change things. So I hope this is something that helps you greenlight the day, because we're always in. And the premise of the book is there will always be conflict, and that's true. So rather than either avoid it or fight it, just accept that it is and look for other ways to resolve the conflict. Anyway, I hope that helps, and I hope you have a great day. I will talk to you later. Bye.